Hey guys, Banana Lock here and welcome back to another Water of Realms video. So we have some patch midway through the month, quite surprisingly. So we already saw some of this hit Forerunner actually, but the patch notes just popped up on Discord as well as the in-game announcement section. So we're going to be taking a quick look at that. So first of all, difficulty of Samra 1 has been reduced. And okay, this is just a brief summary. So this takes place next week, and hero updates. I think this one people have already known for quite a bit. So for Praetor's A1, when basic attack deals damage to the target, it just restores 3% rage. So many believe this is in a response to Jeera's A1, which consumes radiant erosion. So people felt that actually affects Praetor's, but I feel that the game devs don't really know the main concern, which is that you don't want people consuming radiant erosion stacks if it's not dealing like crazy amounts of true damage. So this is a buff to Praetor's, but a useless one because it doesn't address the fact that Jeera's A1 is counterproductive and consumes the radiant erosion stacks that you actually need to, inflict true damage on Samra, for example. And yeah, the next one is Demon Captain Maul, new skill. After obtaining Maul the Devourer, I'm guessing this is referring to the hero itself, which hopefully never comes to the actual servers because I heard it's terrible from the Forerunner players. Increases the deployment limit by 1, which means that you can deploy Maul 4 times each GvG, which is pretty nice, but yeah, it's at the price of having Maul as a unit, as a hero. So also some extra new artifacts. Some of it looks interesting. So Trust exclusive, when deployed, increases block by 1, similar to the Brokius exclusive, and then increases counter attack damage by 100% during the ultimate, and after triggering a counter attack, increases defense by 3%, stacking up to 10 times at max level. So nothing crazy. I think it works if you want to use Trust as a DPS, but I think from the test that people have done, it's not really amazing at that. It's not like game-changing stuff, so it's another feeler exclusive that nobody really needs. Palshia's exclusive increases crit damage by 45% at max level, extends the effective duration of Demon Slaying Stance by 2 seconds, and when Shadow Slash is activated, enters Demon Slaying Stance immediately. This is pretty neat. Let's take a look at Fauxia. Modern Fighters. So we know Demon Slaying Stance is her passive where each attack would deal extra 160% true damage, and Shadow Slash would deal 260% true damage 5 extra times. And yeah, so basically that allows her to inflict true damage, and every time she casts her ultimate, she enters that mode right away. Because right now, I think the only way for her to enter Demon Slaying Stance, does it say anywhere? Oh, okay, it's from the basic attacks. So now instead of waiting for the basic attack, you basically get the stance immediately. And yeah, I think it's a nice buff, especially the crit damage as well, but kind of counterproductive because true damage doesn't actually crit. But I think it's a nice exclusive, just not sure how game-changing it'll be, and it's an exclusive artifact, so it'll be pretty hard to even pull for it specifically in the first place. And then the last exclusive, Kineza's Talent Enhanced, has a 50% chance of gaining 1 extra stack of T after triggering dodge. And then upon gaining T, increases single target damage by 25% for 8 seconds. So more stacks, but I don't think this is what people are asking for. I know some people are asking for some form of control, whether was it stun or like something to like make her more viable. Because right now she's just with a pool of tons of fighters in the Nightmare faction that do way more damage than her. And then some adjustments to exclusive artifacts. Abominations increases rage. I think the rage is the same, but now there's an increase in AoE damage as well. That's nice. And then this one, that's the Zealous exclusive that everyone hates, increases damage by 15%. I like the Abomination one better, just mainly for GvG, where you want him to get his second round of ultimate quicker, and now he has some added boost of getting extra damage, so you might run this instead of Lunar Z Visor for more blocks. And then guild related stuff, reduce the difficulty of Samurai 1. I think, in my opinion, is rather simple already. Samurai 2, that's probably more unattainable without some nice ancient exclusive lots. There's some new items, 2 random epic demon soldiers, don't care for that. But the mythic artifact essence, on the other hand, this is something that pretty rare to come by. Right now, you have to get 80k minimum on Samurai 2 to actually get a chance to drop this. Either that or it's a item that drops percentage chance to actually drop when your guild actually kills Samurai 1. So that's nice. Probably gonna get this on a weekly basis. It's a countdown timer, that's just quality of life stuff. Okay, pop up to remind you to do that. Skill description button next to the boss name. That's nice. I did complain about this before that right now there's actually no way for us to view the boss's skills. There's nowhere that it's really talked about in great detail. So hopefully this sheds more clarity. Friendly face-off, heroes will be equipped with gear pieces and artifacts that are manually updated for Guild War. So I think this goes to the next section where, basically gear and artifact info will be saved in Guild War from now on. So previously it's accessed during matchmaking, and now instead you can actually manually update the gear and artifact info and save it there, and you don't actually have to go in to change things again. And then you can manually update it afterwards. And if let's say change or remove them, it has no effect on any other unit. So basically you can take off the gear afterwards. So this is huge because people have been complaining about this in the longest time, having to sacrifice arena performance for GvG just because you have to keep your gear locked in. And then some other changes, optimize the Guild War point reduction. So the gap is too big, the point deducted from the losing guild will be appropriately reduced. That's good. Basically prevents people from losing on purpose in the last few rounds because scores are fixed. So if your points drop enough and you face off with much weaker teams, even though you have a very strong guild, you're almost guaranteed to get overlocked. Optimize BP display and the update logic, that's nice. And then improve the rewards for attacking central keep. Obtain more gold and extra random reward, that's nice for someone like myself that always attacks the central keep. And then this is just adjustments to the interface. So basically Tide, Demonic Crusade, Void Wraith, Guild Boss and Guild Boss 2 will all be in a separate part of the map now. So no more Void Wraith at the bottom here, no more Demonic Crusade as well. And yeah. So cleaner interface. And then this one is also really nice. You don't really get to see much details from it here, but if you go to the new update intro, you can see very clearly that there's now a way for you to set the filters for what you determine as a recommended gear. So for someone like myself, in the end game, we talk about the usual DPS sets. So that's Infernal Roar, Soba Arcana. I want minimum 3 attack subsets. So that means that I will accept only attack bonus, crit damage, attack speed, maybe by a stretch. And then secondary attributes, I only accept crit rate, attack bonus, crit damage, attack speed, attack, as well as rage regen. So this is nice, and you also get to save this gear recommendation and save it, share it with everyone. So definitely gonna make life a lot simpler when it comes to gear cleansing after the end of each run. So that's really great. And back to the update patch notes. So they also address the feedback where people are complaining that the Insignia drops are way too low. So now it's all increased to 10 as a flat rate. That's great. Now you really want to farm Extreme 2 instead because it's more consistent. Even though there's a slight stamina increase, that's fine. And then this one also, same complaint that people have been having, that you should be able to directly enhance your gear when you're doing auto fights or background fights, so they can sort them out while waiting. And they also added a Boros kit. Nice. And then this one is going to be arena updates. So same thing for GvG. Gear and artifact info is also saved in the auto fight records. And after that, when you change or remove gear, it will not affect it anymore. And then some more quality of life adjustments. You get reward enhancements. I saw some of this on Forerunner. You basically get some ancient shards from I think the weekly quest. Not sure if it's daily. And then basically scales up as you complete it much more often. And after the update, enhancement will be conducted according to commander's current progress. So it means that it's retroactive. And besides that, just some bug fixes, new variant gear effects. Yeah, nothing much beyond that, but lots of quality of life stuff coming in. I don't really care for the adjustments because most of these units we don't have. But the gear lock for GvG, that's amazing. It means that you don't have to stress about, losing an arena anymore. Same thing with the arena auto fights. Once you save it, it's there for good. So I don't have to swap gear around, especially for like a new unit that I want to try out. And yeah, so let me know down in the comment section which particular patch, which part of the patch you're most excited about. For me, it's the gear saving, because that just means that we have to move things around less often. But for some of you, might be the gear recommendations. That's really neat, especially during gear rate plunders where, you just spend like 15-20 minutes actually sorting through gear. It's just a waste of time. So yeah, that's gonna be it for the video. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.